Okay, welcome back to the channel. So I got a call from the elder help people. There's an elderly couple on a fixed income. They got a circuit breaker that keeps tripping. So I'm going to go down tomorrow. It's a little too late in the day to go today. I'm going to go tomorrow, take a look at it, see if I can figure out what's causing the breaker to trip. So that'll be this episode. Okay, we're gonna take a break from fixing furnaces. We're heading to a guy's house. It's a mobile home, and he's tripping a circuit breaker in one room of his house. I talked to him. He said that they're not doing anything out of the ordinary in terms of overloading. So at this point, he's either got a circuit breaker out, at the circuit box that's just gotten worn out and is tripping, it's defective, or he could have the devices that he's got plugged in that room. One of those devices could have an internal short that's drawing more current than it's supposed to. Or a motor, like if he's running some sort of a heater with a motor and the motor is about to go out, it'll pull more current than it normally does. It could be that. And the other thing it could be, this is like the last thing I'm gonna look for, is the actual wiring, internal wiring. If they used a thinner gauge wire than they were supposed to in that room or on one of those circuits, it can get hot. The wire can get hot. And if the wire gets hot, it causes a resistance which makes it pull more current than it normally would. It's got to be one of those three things. So we're gonna head over there and see if we can help the guy. Okay, we're here. Let's go meet Pat. I think I'm probably in the back door here. Hang on, let me turn that off. Whew. It's not nearly as cold as it's been. In fact, I'm going to take this jacket off. Hi.
There he is.
You Pat?
Yeah, come on in.
Nice to meet you, Pat. I'm John. Now, you'll notice I have a camera on my head. I record these jobs that I do. If you don't want to be in it at the end, I can edit you out, but I don't have a lot of people watching. Hi.
Hi.
I'm John.
I'm Dorothy.
Dorothy, nice to meet you. And you have a dog, at least one.
Yes.
I'm guessing you have more than one.
No.
You only have one?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a kitty,
Half
but
of
you
it.
won't see her.
Oh, okay.
She'll hide.
What's the dog's name?
Odie.
Odie? Hey, Odie. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so let me ask you some questions before we start.
Okay.
Has anything, when did it start breaking? The break?
Yesterday.
When?
Yesterday.
Okay, so it's a new thing. Is there anything in the room new?
No.
Okay, so you've been living like this for a while, and then all of a sudden the breaker started
Yeah,
tripping.
just last night.
Okay. Oh, okay, last night.
And none of this stuff pulls any amount of amps or anything, volts. Those little, and they're only on one at a time, and so there's nothing that's really pulling a lot. That would.
Well, let me
cause
ask you
any
this.
problems.
You got three things plugged into an extension cord.
Well, I just did that so I could get my.
Chair up.
I had to. It went out when my chair was up all the way.
Oh, so this extension cord is something new?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I don't do that. No.
I want to put things back to where they were before last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you tell me what to
Yes.
do, I'll do it for you.
Okay. This went out about a month ago.
Okay, oh, it went out?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, okay.
That's okay, you can leave.
My lamp was plugged in there.
Okay.
And I came out in the morning and went to turn it on,
Okay,
and it wasn't working.
okay,
But his was.
okay.
And so we just ran it over to this one.
Okay, you're saying right now, if I plug something in there, it ain't gonna work?
Right.
Ah.
The breakers.
Well, breaker's off.
Well, if the breaker's on, is that gonna
No.
work?
It might.
Okay, well, that's the very first thing we're going to test. So
It should-
let's put it where it was.
Okay.
Okay,
And I
so that plug is
and
not
I
working.
plugged another light that I knew was working. I plugged it in there.
Okay.
It wouldn't work.
I'll be back. I got to get some tools.
This,
That's a tester.
Yep.
You plugged that in there yet?
I plugged it into that one.
And it said nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. I'm going to go get some tools. I'll be right back.
Any more? I had a couple. And you put them on there already.
Well, it's possible that this internally that this outlet has a problem, which and if it does and it's causing it to not work, could also be causing some sort of an extra current draw, which would trip the breaker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the outlet from the circuit like this. And
I think they put 14-2 wire in this house.
go like this.
Heat up a little faster than all the 12
So you say that starting last night it started happening. How many times did you reset the breaker since last night?
At least twice.
And each
Then we just left it.
stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
And each time it tripped in like a half an hour.
Right.
I wish it wasn't so long between. That makes it even tougher.
That is a little odd, and I didn't want to start a fire,
Yeah.
you know, and because electricity is a dangerous thing, you know, to get into sometimes.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful. What I'm thinking is I'm going to go look at that. The easiest thing to do will probably be to take that breaker over to the hardware store, buy a breaker and an outlet,
Okay.
put them in.
Let's see.
If that doesn't work with a new outlet, then you got a wiring problem somewhere, and then I'm going to start thinking it's the squirrel's back. I'm hoping that's not it. But so first thing I want to do is I want to reset it. Let's just see if it trips right away. Yeah, it's probably going to be faster instead of waiting for something to happen. The odds are, I think what I'll do, see, here's the main coming in, and you know, listen, these videos are not instructional videos on how to fix things. This is about helping people out. So, you know, if you're watching this and you're trying to get electrical advice, that's not really a good idea. I'm not an electrician. I know just enough to be dangerous, but what I do know is if you're going to ever work on electricity, you know, like, to me, this is poorly done. Like A one half, B one half. That doesn't tell me anything. So make sure, like if you trip a breaker and you're going to work on something, make sure there's no power there. Don't just assume the breaker's right. You can use a meter, you know, if you have a meter. There's that, I don't know if I showed it on camera, that little tester. You push the button, hold the button in, you stick it in the outlet. It'll beep if there's power there. That's the fastest way to check. But when you're working on an entire box, like I'm about to do, you power off. This is the main. So this is coming from the electric company into here. If you trip that, then you can play with all of these because there's nothing on them. But before you even do that, you need to make sure there's nothing on them with a meter. I'm going to tell them I'm about to kill power to their house. Okay, look at this. See that? This is the breaker that's tripping. See the plastic, how it's melted? So this got hot. Now, could be the breaker's bad, or it could be the circuit got overloaded. Yeah, so you go in and, okay. Look at that, that came out. You didn't loosen that, did you?
No.
That just came out all by itself. So you know that ain't good.
Yeah, that's it.
But we're gonna go ahead and
I'm gonna get a double 10. I hate those little bitty breakers. Those little 10, 5s. I take them out and throw them away.
okay.
But
So I'm gonna get
whatever that double 10 or whatever it is, probably.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna get you. Oh, wait a minute. We can reset the power so your freezer. Just keep these wires. Actually, if you keep it just like that.
There's me. Okay.
And please stay away from that.
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to get
Well,
hurt.
I don't even tried today.
Yeah.
I've had too many accidents the last 6 months.
Well, if that happens, that'll be your last one.
I had my wedding ring on one time.
Okay, so we're gonna replace this breaker. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with this breaker. I think that wire was loose. Actually, it's busted. Now, it could be that it got hot and it busted easily, but it came out pretty easy out of there. So I'm not sure it's bad, but we're gonna replace the outlet that wasn't working, and we're gonna replace this, and hopefully everything's gonna be fixed. Okay, I got a double breaker, same rating as this one, and I got another outlet, same rating as the old one. So we're going to replace both of these, and hopefully that's going to fix their problem. I honestly got a feeling. I don't know why the outlet wasn't working. It may legitimately somehow be bad, but if I had to guess right now, I would say they had two problems. They've got a wiring issue with that outlet, because outlets just they don't go bad. I think it's more of a wiring issue, and the breaker, I'm not sure that breaker's bad. You know, my camera's messing up big time, so I don't know how much I recorded, but the wire going into that breaker, the insulation was melted at the end, which is a sign that the wire got hot. And when we pulled the breaker out, that wire popped out. So something was wrong with that wire. It wasn't attached securely, and that creates heat. And heat in the wire melted the insulation and probably was tripping the breaker. I don't think the breaker was bad. I think I just needed to redo the wiring. But, you know, I'm here. I may as well spend a couple of dollars and give them a brand new one. So that's what we're doing. Okay, we're back. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so I replaced the breaker. I got the new one in place. I'm gonna leave this off, and I'm gonna go inside, and I'm gonna replace that that outlet. Okay, so I replaced this. We're gonna turn the power on. Oh, all right. Oh, maybe this is bad. Did you ever go direct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just put this in. Oh, so this was your cover?
That was what we used, yes.
Okay.
He's going out to see if there's a cover.
Yeah, that don't look right.
Huh?
That doesn't, there should be, I think there should be a plate on there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna turn this on so we don't thaw your freezer out. All right, gonna power up, see what happens. Hold your breath.
I think that's gathering moisture inside that.
Here?
Yeah.
I didn't find any. Here. It's this one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see.
Nope. You can take that thing off.
Yeah, you got to wire it. Okay, so that outlet's not working, and it's the last It's got 2 wires on it. So what that tells me is it's the last outlet on a string of outlets. The only thing it could be is either some damaged wire in the wall, which I'm not going to be able to fix, or the outlet that goes over to this outlet has a loose or broken wire going to that outlet. And I'm going to take the outlet off that I think is the one before it in the chain. And if we can't fix it, then we're just not going to fix it. Document this. I don't do this for money.
Okay.
I'm retired. I don't need the money.
Okay.
I do this to help people. What I do is I post these videos on YouTube, and people have the opportunity to donate to help pay these. But if they don't, you know, either way, I can do this. If you want to donate
Okay.
to the next guy,
Okay.
because the next guy I do, I'm not charging him either. So
It's like pay it forward.
your money will go towards that if you want to do that.
It's
Okay.
like paying it forward.
Paying it forward. That's the motto of my channel. Pay it forward,
Okay.
giving back.
All right.
And don't go high, because, you know, I don't want you to think, you know, oh, I got to pay this guy. You know, he's got to eat. He's got to pay his bills. I don't need the money. So think of the next guy. If you want to give me $40 to, you know, for his parts, the next guy's parts.
We appreciate, you know,
I really
we
appreciate
should
this because
pay you at least for the parts and for
Okay, well, the parts were less than $20.
well,
Give me $25.
but then your gas
Eh,
and stuff. So it's give them 50.
whatever. I just want you to know. Don't feel any obligation, because you don't have to.
We would, well, of course, we think too.
Huh?
this is a dishcloth
Okay.
to do your dishes.
Okay.
It's not a pot holder. It's too thin for a pot holder.
Okay.
It's strictly a dishcloth. I'm giving that to you.
Is this something special?
They're really good.
I made them.
Oh, you make these?
Yes.
Mm. So
They really were good.
you throw it in the wash
Oh, yeah.
when you. Okay. I use those cheap sponges.
Oh, okay. Well,
I appreciate that.
Those work real good.
I hope this is recording this. Okay, that couldn't fix that outlet. Don't know what was going on with it. I tried everything. Replaced the outlet. Made sure the wiring was good. It had 2 wires. Oh, by the way, she gave me a $50 check, so I'll use this for the next person. So the fact that there were 2 wires going to there tells me that that was the end of the line. That was the end of a circuit. You know, because when you have when they chain them like in series. You'll have 2 coming in and then 2 going out to the next outlet, and then it ends at the one that only has 2. I checked the one on the other side of it, see if the wires were loose. They weren't. The only thing I can think of is a rodent or something has eaten through the wire going from one to the other. I don't have any other explanation for it. But hey, how you doing, pal? You want to say goodbye to everybody? Yeah, no, I can't play with you. I gotta go. Okay. So let's see. This is all yours. Anything there that might belong to me? No. Okay, and everything's good. Let me make one more pass, because I'm scatterbrained sometimes. And come here, you dog. You dog. You got rescued. You're lucky.
we met his brother.
You're lucky.
His brother also got rescued.
Yeah. They rescued this dog from one of those puppy mills. Don't get me started on those, because I'll use foul language and I don't want to do
His,
that.
brother.
Anyway, Dorothy, it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting
Pat,
you too.
nice meeting you. Let's hope this thing stays. And before, if it fails again, call me first. Oh, let me leave you a card. Call me first before you call anybody else, because you know, sometimes I can figure it out, and I'm a lot cheaper. Terrible business cards, I'm sorry. I went for the cheap stuff, you can barely read them. Okay, we're done. So, to recap, the circuit breaker, the wire, the insulation on the end of that wire was melted, and when we snapped it off, the breaker off of there, that wire came off. It was either broken, I think it was broken. I think it got hot, and that's what was causing it, but in any event, I put a new one in. I changed that outlet, and that didn't make a difference. So I don't know if you're an electrician and you see this video and you want to chime in on what that could have been. Go ahead. I'm curious as heck. My thought is it has to be a busted wire in the wall. That it really can't be much of anything else if the circuits everywhere else are working. I don't know. But that's the end of this one, and it's on to the next one. This is let's see. This is gosh, I keep getting confused. I just wanted to mention this is another Elder Help referral, the Elder Help organization, and I'll have a link in the description for them. They help a lot of people. Okay, I wanted to finish up this video. I was out there at Pat and Dorothy's yesterday. So it was that outlet. I couldn't get that outlet to work. And you know, a lot of times when I do these, on the drive home, my brain is thinking like of stuff. And if I could go back, the thing I would check is to see if when they wired that unit, they put that outlet on its own breaker. It only had 2 wires, which means it wasn't daisy chained to any other outlet in the house. And the one next to it in the same room that was losing the power also only had 2 wires. So I'm almost thinking, like, as an afterthought, there was a door right there that they put an outlet next to that door and ran a separate line, you know, a separate breaker. So if I would go back there, I would check all those breakers to see if maybe one tripped. I don't remember seeing one that was tripped, but sometimes a breaker will trip and the lever won't actually go all the way down. So it'll look like it's still set, but it's not. I would check something like that, but you know, they don't have to have it. It wasn't like a necessity. And so we got it fixed. At least we got it fixed as of now. If the new breaker heats up, like the old breaker wire got hot, then there's something else going on, and it's probably going to be beyond my ability, you know, to fix. I'll call in a licensed electrician, but I told them to call me if it happens again, so that they don't have to pay the guy. You know, I'll take care of it. But anyway, on to the next one. I'll see you on the next video.